in.
That was definitely not what Darren Bloom wanted to hear. This game has got action.
It certainly
I'll tell
has.
you what.
It's fantastic to watch. I think you're laying this down. Do your bit of acting and then get out of there, matey.
Darren is a hedge fund trader. He knows all about decision making. But I don't think there's too many guys like Nathan Lee on the floor of the futures markets.
I wonder who funded the hedge that is his hairstyle. But it went over the top with the gel this morning, I think. He's laid it down.
Pass.
The snake slithers away silently. So the blinds are just about to go up. Let's take a look at how the blinds work in Texas Hold'em. Every poker hand begins with the placing of the button and the posting of the blinds. The button is a disc that represents the nominal dealer. The blinds are forced bets to get the action started. The player to the left of the button puts in the small blind. The player on his left puts in the big blind, usually double the small. Action for this first round of betting will move to the left of the big blind. The button moves to the left with each hand, and the blinds are raised throughout the game to keep the action going.
Dennis O'Mahony's gone quiet. He seems to have stopped his bullying tactics. He's sitting there with 180-odd thousand chips, and he must be thinking, this is easy. Shall I go to sleep for half an hour, let the rest of them play?
He's very experienced O'Mahony. He's actually had quite a few wins, not only in Europe, but in Las Vegas as well. And,
He's seen nothing but connectors.
That's all he wants to see.
Oh.
He's happy enough. I'll tell you what.
Fold.
Oh, Peter Jallis wakes up with a hand folded to him on the
Call.
button, and he's just called.
Yeah, he has.
Call.
He's letting Nathan in cheap.
Option.
And Dave Finney with the same hand as Peter.
Raised.
You know,
12.
last week we
Total
saw a
16,000.
confrontation with two lots of eight jacks, and I think Andy Pyra, who won the heat we were watching, he actually managed a flush.
Oh, it was
and
disgusting,
stayed.
wasn't it?
Oh, it's a disgrace. Give the money back, Andy.
I think Jallis might have started out thinking he was trapping here. Now he's seen a raise from Finney, and he might not be as sure about his hand anymore.
You'd rather raise with ace-jack than call a raise with ace-jack, wouldn't you?
I'll go all in.
All in.
Oh. Tell you what, if someone told that Jallis, when in doubt, just stick your chips in it, it's not the worst advice you can give, and it's going to put Finney in a very tough spot.
I think Nathan Lee might be folding here.
God, I hope so.
That's a great move by Jallis, because Finney now has a really, really tough decision, as you were saying. I mean, so early in the tournament, do you want to call that for all your chips with ace-jack?
Oh, he doesn't look happy. And, I mean, the way Jallis has played this hand, it smacks of something huge.
Give it to him.
Wow.
Fold.
Wow. Well played, Peter Jallis.
Really, I mean, you can't blame Dave Finney for thinking that his ace-jack was no good. And, you know, Jallis, I mean, he looked like he wasn't sure if he wanted to fold or call. He just went with the all-in re-raise. What a massive play.
I mean, it looked weak when he didn't raise before the flop, but he had a plan. The man with the plan. Or maybe it's the dog with the plan.
So Fish and Chips shop owner Peter Jallis raising his way. I think he's got more than he started with for sure.
Yeah. I guess that's why he's nicknamed the Fish, not because of his poker play, but because of his shop. I mean, Peter the Chip Jallis doesn't work quite as well, does it?
Darren will be folding those.
Fold.
4,000 to call, and it's Scott Fishman
Fold.
in the big blind. Or I think actually
Call.
it's Dennis Mahoney, come to think of it.
Call. Option.
Well, Nathan Lee's got a pair of fours, and for him, that's a massive hand.
I think he could stand some heat here.
No raise.
And the 4 is nearly the high card of all the ones out there. 12,000 in the pot. And a 5 could make things a little bit interesting.
Check. Check.
Well, the 4s are still
Checked.
good.
All checked.
Put another heart on board.
Check.
Giving Finney a couple possibilities.
Check.
Flush draw, straight draw.
6,000.
Nathan thinks his 4s are still good, and he's right. Nobody's got a high enough heart to stay in for
Fold.
another heart, so Nathan takes it down again.
Little raise and take it action there. Or bet and take it. Or just take it. I think this
I knew you'd get there, Jesse. I knew it. Well, Nathan's bumped up to 3rd now. He's played a lot of hands. He's come to play, hasn't he? And he's got the suit jacket for it too. Looks like he's come straight out. Maybe he's Nathan in Guys and Dolls.
I'll tell you. You get the feeling that when Nathan Lee is on the blackjack table, he's not just playing one box at a time. I kind of think he's spreading those bets out a little bit.
Yeah, he doesn't just play with his hands, he plays boxes with his feet as well. He likes action.
Fold. 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 Fold.
It's actually, I mean, he has played a lot of hands, but he's made a lot of good decisions, Nathan Lee. Oh my, again! This is the 3rd lot of aces we've seen in 20 hands.
He's going to slow play these.
Uh-oh. Fishman's pushed. He's gotten trapped.
Oh, and
this is it. Oh, Mahoney has caught him.
Dennis couldn't say call quick enough, could he? Who can blame him?
Fishman cannot believe it. He has been... This pot's 90,000. Fishman all in here. He had built himself all the way back up. But unless a 6 comes, he'll be the first man out.
Brilliant trap. Brilliant trap. Just absolutely brilliant.
And that is no help. 2 clubs. A distinct possibility.
Club.
A 10 would end it.
Ace
An ace would end it.
Only a 6 now.
Yeah.
2 cards in the deck.
6. Good luck, everybody. Nice answer.
Deuce on the
See you
river,
guys.
and Scott Fishman.
Good luck, boys.
He played a lot of hands, but still,
Well
most
done, well
of them
done.
went the wrong way.
Congratulations.
And he is our first player out. Fishman trapped in. Mahoney, his 2nd lot of aces. And that was pretty much all she wrote. 5 blank cards and aces up, beating jacks up. Take a double world champion out the money.
But this is great poker. This is making people fold with the best hand, raising, re-raising, not being scared to commit your chips. And when people first look at the game, they want to see what the cards are. But the higher the level of poker goes, I think, the less you see what somebody's got. And this is a great demonstration of that tonight.
Fold. Raise.
He's gone crazy crazy.
He really has.
Fold.
Change me, yeah.
Yeah.
Nathan's got a real hand. He's only calling this time.
Fold.
Do you want to see a flop with a pair of 8s, Jesse?
Well, it's
really bad.
the odds are there's going to be at least 1 overcard on the board, aren't there? Maybe more. But Darren in a situation where the ace is what he needs to hit. Although, oh my gosh.
Is he going to get paid?
They call it poker. 4 of a kind on the flop, and this is the face of a man who's happy.
10,000.
Might have been able to find a check there, or maybe the strong will look weak. Bloom's falling for it.
Is he going to re-raise? I believe he is. It's his style.
Oh.
Re-raise. 20 on top, 32.
I'm all in.
All in.
And,
Well, I don't like that play. I think there was more money to be had out of that, and I do think that Darren will now fold. He's missed the flop. He's made his move. He's looking at trips minimum, I think, with that re-raise.
Darren Bloom just got the message by
Okay, 10,
Carrier
20, 30,
pigeon,
35, 40.
but it has
all in for
come.
41,000.
And I mean, the truth is, the way Nathan's played this hand, though, in some ways, it looks like a draw.
But
I mean,
Darren hasn't even got a draw.
No, he doesn't. He's got an ace,
Yeah,
and there's
he's got an ace.
129,000 in there. It's. I mean, Darren will really get egg on his face if he calls this, but he might be in one of those. Sometimes you just get yourself in a thought process. Well, it's, you know, he can't call, can he? He absolutely can't call. He thought he was winning when he made the raise. I think he thought he was winning.
Sometimes you just have to take
Fold.
your medicine.
You
and he has.
absolutely
Show
do.
you. What a pass.
Oh no, this is salt in the wounds now.
Wow.
4-8.
So that's down
And
to the
Darren
treble.
Bloom doesn't
They're
move a
both 3 and
muscle.
6,000.
Here's a
One
chance for
thousand
you to
there.
get involved. Let's have a look at our fantastic competition.
Every week you can win some great poker prizes, and we kick off with the stuff you cannot do without. Shuffle up and deal around your own pad with your own partypoker.com poker table and set of chips. All you need for the perfect night of poker with your mates. We've 10 to give away. All you have to do to win this prize is answer the following question. What is this hand known as? Is it A, a straight, B, a flush, or C, a full house? Just go to www.5.tv/poker and answer the question. Entrance must be over 18.
Pass.
Pass. Pass. Pass.
Cool.
Call.
15,000.
Raise 15,000
But
more.
Dave
21
Finney trying
total.
to squeeze the edge here. Ace Queen making the raise, and he's got Nathan Lee in a bit of a tight spot.
Call.
This pot's gotten big all of a sudden. And if the queen comes, Dave Finney will have won himself a bonanza.
Oh, Jesse, you called it. Oh, dear me.
Dave Finney has patiently waited for this kind of opportunity. He will be rewarded.
30,000.
I'm all in.
Raised all in.
Quick
Yeah,
decision.
Call.
And quick call. I don't know who's got more. I think perhaps it is Nathan Lee with more chips. So it's Dave Finney all in, but ahead here. And unless a king comes, we're going to have a new sheriff in town.
His only other way out are running clubs. Should give him the flush. And there is a club.
Oh, speak of the devil. Any club, any king here. Anything else, and Dave Finney will be on a double up. Wait, that's a lot of outs he's got. Only 3-1 favorite. And playing for all the money in the center.
Dave Finney doubles it.
That 9 pairs the board. The ace plays. And Dave Finney is on top of a big stack for the first time this evening.
35, 40. I don't play a lot these days. But I used to play an awful lot. But my wife gave me the ultimatum not to play anymore. So I packed it in somewhere. But game's moved on. I'm willing to give it a go and try and combat the new game that seems to be upon us. The new fast game that seems to be upon us. And if I don't win one soon, we'll be living in a mud hut.
Darling, I'm just a natural giver.
No one to play with? There's always partypoker.com. No one to play with? There's always partypoker.com.
One of the terrible things about poker, everything can go right for about 6 levels, and then on the 7th day,
he rests.
Pass.
That was quick.
Wow, what a rash of hands Omani is having here.
I'll be interested to see how he plays the jacks. They're always a difficult hand to play, I think. But I think he's going to raise. It's a hand to raise with rather than call with, that's for sure.
Not enough for you to worry about.
19 including
Right, a few other players at the table.
I know, I know. I'm just seeing.
There's 2 others there.
I'll find out very quickly here, won't I?
Well, man, he'd be willing to take any sort of heat, I think, with his jacks. Only 4 players in.
Raise.
Raise.
27,000.
total.
That's enough to tell Darren Bloom.
Pass.
And, ooh, I don't think so.
I don't think so, but Peter Jallis has a habit of shoving them in.
The big problem is going to be for Nathan Lee, who has over 1/3 of his stack in the pot right now. And he may be willing to take a flyer with almost any reasonable 2 cards. But
Yeah, you're right. I'll pass.
Pass.
Yeah, I'll call.
Ah, the dog was right.
I've only seen
And so
one.
were you, Jesse. He has called.
So it must be an overcard to mine.
He has one overcard.
I've got an ace.
Yeah.
Okay, with 1.
an ace. That's what Nathan Lee will be living and dying on here. He's all in.
Proper hand. Isn't it?
A lot of the damage was done earlier. But this pot's big enough to put Nathan Lee right back in it, should he lasso a win from this pot. Although O'Mahony quite happy about the situation, and even happier now.
Yeah, for sure. No help with the hearts, but he has a backdoor straight.
At an ugly card, it's left Nathan Lee with just the aces in the deck, and Peter Jallis folded one of them. It's looking very grim here.
The condemned man takes the last drink.
Well done, Dennis. Yeah. Had an ace, right, go.
Well, Nathan Lee, he gave it a heck of a run. For a while there, it looked like he was going to be the danger. But bit of a trip trop, and he's in 5th.
A big piece of the pie goes to Omani. And at the bottom of our little pie chart there, a little bit of orange for Darren Bloom, but never say never.
If you want to find out more about poker, you can catch myself, Michael Greco, and Steve Davis in our exclusive video tutorials at www.5.tv/poker. There's everything on there that you need to know about the beautiful game, including info on our competitions.
Raise 12,000 more, 18 total.
And Jesse, Dennis Omani continues to pick up monster hands, a pair of queens.
He's had aces, aces, jacks, and now the ladies, and Darren Bloom is trying to decide if the ace-8 is worth the all-in. I mean, we've seen the queens, we know they're not, but from Darren's point of view, ace-8 must seem like a monster. You couldn't blame him for sticking his chips in here.
I think he has to. He doesn't know that queens are out there.
And he's had a very aggressive raising tendency. And, there are several hands he could have raised with that ace-8 is in great shape against.
It's a bit late to get timid, Darren. I think they've got to go in.
If anything will stop him, it would be that he'd rather get the chips in first and have a chance not to have the cards on their back. But he's so low that
Raise stalling.
he's decided to be aggressive with them. And you wouldn't begrudge him an ace here, but the card's willing to begrudge anybody, to be honest with you.
Look at his face. He sort of smelt something, didn't he? The hands that Dennis has been getting throughout this tournament. And once again, Dennis goes into it in the lead.
Can the snake slither out of this? Wow. Oh. I tell you, the 8, you can see the 8 first. And it almost looked hopeful, but that lady lurking on the back of the flop has pretty much ended this. Running spades.
He's trying to keep the smile going, but it's fading.
It's no fun. It's no fun when you're basically drawing dead. And now he is officially drawing dead, Darren Bloom. The river card will be immaterial. Just a bit of a tease. And Darren Bloom, one hand later, out in 4th position. A miracle comeback to remain just that. Well, 3 queens on the flop for O'Mahony and a full house on the turn. Can this man be beat? Darren Bloom out of chances and out in 4th.
It's not classed as cheating if I'm getting advice, is it?
No.
No?
Well, Dennis has turned up a pair of snowmen there. And knowing him, he's going to be putting a raise in here.
Raised 15 more, 25 total.
Oh. Well, this is his kind of hand for going over the top, Jesse.
I mean, it looks like a royal flush for
All in.
Peter.
Yeah.
All in.
You can't blame him.
He's going to get a call.
Fold.
And he's not in bad shape here. If this hand goes to 5 cards, he's got 2 overcards. I don't think he's going to be terribly upset to take this gamble. Does O'Mahony want to take this gamble? Dennis must know that the best he is 50-50. He might be priced in.
I think he might be priced in. It's a third of his chips that he'll be putting in if he does want to race. But he's hit everything that he's gambled on tonight.
He really has.
He's got to be thinking he's impregnable, omnipotent.
2 8s have done very well this evening. In other craws.
Yes, Nathan turned them into 4 8s, didn't he? That's magic.
This is the important question. How much will I be left with if I call and lose? And the answer is somewhere in the region of over 200,000, which will still be average chips. Based on that, he may consider it's an automatic call.
He hasn't been put to the test very often this evening. And as you say, he must know he's in a race if he puts them in, or he may suspect a higher pair.
Yeah, he could be very far behind, couldn't he?
How much is in there, please?
Ah, yes, the pot.
Call. Turn over, please.
Small pair.
In front.
It is a race, after all that.
I've got a gamble.
But,
Send me and Peppy home.
Oh, the dog's called Pepe. What's an Italian dog doing on a British poker program, Jesse?
Peter and Pepe all in, and they hit the 10. I do believe Peter will be around a while longer. Running hearts or the 8 still outs for O'Mahony. Now just the 8 to avoid. And doubled up.
Peppy's very pleased. Thank you, Daddy.
Well, as far as the game is concerned, it is going to make it more interesting, and it's going to give O'Mahony more of a dimension to show here. Now he's been knocked back. It was all one way for him. The massacre has been stopped up a little bit, and it's very close to even Steven between these three. It's really all of a sudden anyone's game from here. Just 3 left. One of them's the Butcher, looking for the Cowboys, but he's up against the Baker, the Baker's friend, and the man of the moment.
No one to play with? There's always partypoker.com. No one to play with? There's always partypoker.com.
Everybody's kind of, should say, set their stall out and how they're going to win this. O'Mahony would love to chop away at the small pots. Peter wants to win the big pots, and don't really know. Finney seems to be just bobbing all over.
As to who gets heads up here, I think that to a large extent is down to Peter Gialis, because with his habit of making his re-raise and his raises all in, he's either going to win one of those or lose one of those. If he wins one of those, he's going to be incredibly powerful, and if he loses, he's gone.
Does have that appearance. O'Mahony pushing, and Peter countenance turned towards the Irishman. Waiting to see how big the raise is.
20 more. 30 total.
Dennis has completely shed himself of the big chips. Doing, ooh. He's got Queen 8 in terrible shape.
But does he know it?
Just go.
Call.
Ooh, this is what happened with the ace-3 last time, and it got him in terrible trouble. Although this time, Gialis in a dominating position. And this pot, though, 60,000 already.
I can't see him winning it unless he flops a king, and he has flopped a king.
Yeah.
He knows where he is now.
Not only that, but O'Mahony has second pair.
Yeah.
Which is not going to look terrible. This will be a big test of Dennis's skills.
Both check.
Ooh.
Dennis's recent play says he's going to bet, and he doesn't bet. He checks again. Well, surely Peter's got to fire at this.
Oh, man, he's been around. You wonder if he's trapping or if he really senses